Welcome, everyone, to our 2K broadcast. We've got a little shakeup on the hardwood, mixing some college players in for this one. Tonight, it'll be Dallas going up against Las Vegas. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. Tip-off goes to Las Vegas. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Shaq.
And getting physical inside and getting to the line. That's the attitude they want him to have.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second. Outside, Green, driving in, makes it off the glass.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
To the paint. Here's Smith, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that. The artist behind many iconic throwdowns, Russell Westbrook, putting on a show.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
There's Green with the three. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. It's stolen by Green. Fast break, Dallas. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from O'Neal.
And Westbrook is very skilled at sizing up defenses. He understands when he should take these quick shots.
Now here is Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
And just so long and elusive on the drive. Durant, excellent at finding ways to navigate inside. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm. Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Here's Hamilton, following the score by Dallas. Davis drives in. Green with the block.
You see the defensive instincts there. That's what makes Green one of the best. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Davis surveying the floor. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
Wow, did he time up that block? Strong defense at the rim.
Rodman with the ball. Now Smith defending. Screen by O'Neal. From deep, Rodman. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
You know, he should know better. A pass like that is going to wind up as a turnover more often than not.
Dallas leading by 7. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Rodman outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. O'Neal wide open. Out to KD. Outside, Green. Over Davis. Dallas again missing. And so it's Dallas heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
And here's Rivers after Dillon Brooks was able to get the triple.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Outside Edwards. What a shot by Edwards.
Great blend of speed and power on Edwards' drive. Very difficult to stop Ant.
Personal foul.
Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a number one pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
Steps back. Pass to Siakam. Back to Maxey. And here is Brooks. To the middle. Here's Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
You can tell Siakam has this action down. He knows just when to roll off the pick and receive the ball.
Now here's Rivers. Smith. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Hands it from downtown. Brooks has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Dallas.
Well, he drew attention inside and then kicks the ball out.
Las Vegas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And Davis, here we go. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Maxey. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Maxey's got the lead up to 10 now for Dallas. It's Nowitzki on the wing. Pass to Smith. Nowitzki in the post. Outside, Davis. Las Vegas again missing. Dallas leading by 10. Brooks with it. Picked up by Davis. Now, here's Siakam. Lays it up off the glass.
Oh, they made him work for it, but Siakam knows how to finish strong inside.
Nowitzki playing big on the inside. Siakam, right side. Here's Edwards. Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Nowitzki for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Nowitzki's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Las Vegas. Brooks outside. Screen by Siakam. And Brooks. Here we go. Help that one. Brooks has got 8 here in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Kicks it out to Maxey. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
Maxey really just does everything for his team. A selfless young player.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Here's Hamilton. It's rebounded by Şengün. Here's Edwards. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And so it's Dallas, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Here's Nowitzki, following the basket by Draymond Green. Good work defensively by KD.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Durant. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
He has got an incredible jump shot for that size. Durant's accurate from just about anywhere on the floor.
Here's Smith. 6 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Durant. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. KD's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you love seeing the young swingman Durant be so decisive offensively. He is such a quick release.
Las Vegas calls timeout. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Nowitzki. And they get it. And it's good on the way up. Nowitzki's got 7 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Now here's Shaq. Aaron Davis unable to get his shot to go. And Davis pulls it down. And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. Here's Hamilton. Rebounded by Rodman.
Just tremendous defense right there. Applying the pressure.
O'Neal outside. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Guys, I feel bad for the rim on that one. Shaq is one powerful dude.
Smith outside. Pass to Hamilton. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Nowitzki a screen. From deep. And it's Smith missing. And KD's got the ball here for Dallas. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now, here's Westbrook. Dennis Rodman missing his last shot. Shaq with the screen. Second shot opportunity. Count it. Good. He's got 10.
Well, for most of his career, Westbrook depended on his mid-range game. Now he rarely shoots from that area.
Pass to Green. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Green's got 8.
The smart use of the mid-range. Make them guard every part of the court.
Hamilton outside. Las Vegas again missing. Dallas with the ball. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Here's Green. Drops in the layup for 2. Green's got 6 in the quarter.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Dallas running away with this one. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Rivers with it. Mitchell outside. Down low. Here's Kemp. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And Kemp seems to relish contact on the way up. He just embraces all types of challenges.
And so it's Dallas with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And that's what you want to see. When you work the ball inside, good things happen.
And both free throws good for Payton.
You know, we don't talk about defense a ton, especially with guards. But Gary Payton, he can change a game with his D. No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Rise and fire. You got to love his aggressiveness off the catch.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Smith. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
Out to Barrett. Payton from outside. Good on the triple. Payton's got 5 points in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for Dallas?
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Barrett. Outside, Payton. Screen by Siakam. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Payton's got 12 points here in the second half. With the drive, it's rebounded by Şengün. Davis, that's for 2. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Gary Payton.
And you can see the respect that the defense has for Davis's jumper. They just got a little too aggressive on that contest.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
Here's Payton. And the dunk by Payton.
And the sneaky hops of Peyton, capable of rising up and catching you.
Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And both free throws good for Davis. And so Peyton will bring it up for Dallas. Screen by Şengün. Van Carroll looking around.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Here's Nowitzki. Back to Davis. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Peyton. From past the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Kicks it out to Nowitzki. A 3-ball. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball.
I hang in the trenches with my partners, Scott Skrilla.